And we're back to the action. Century Panthers with the ball. Third down and 6 to go.
One-yard gain, third down and 5.
Century Panthers making some substitutions. Getting this play call in. They're going to go to the line. Lined up in the pistol. 3 receivers on the far side. And they're going to drop with the rollout, and they're under pressure. Sack, big number 81, Zach Harstead with the sack.
With the tackle. Quarterback sack, fourth down.
And that'll bring up 4th down again for the Century Panthers.
Bentley Arvid, Luke Weber are deep for Owatonna. Brady Bookman will punt.
Century Panthers back to attempt another punt. And he's able to get this one off. Pretty decent punt downfield. It's going to be fielded by number 11, Luke Weber. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line.
Jared Solak with the tackle.
Huskies with another drive on offense. They have scored on every single offensive drive. Let's see if this one will be any different. If the Century Panthers can get a stop in here, might shift some momentum for these Panthers. There's going to be a flag on the play. Is it a false start call? It is indeed a false start call on the Huskies. A little bit too much motion for before the ball snap there.
First down and 15 for the Huskies.
Man in motion for the Huskies. They're going to drop back in the pass, and he's going to launch it deep. And number 11, Luke Weber with the catch and the touchdown, making it look easy. Another touchdown pass for these Owatonna Huskies. Hunter Theus, 2. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the night. And this quarterback and receiving core just doing what they want in the air, launching missiles downfield. And their receivers have some sticky hands because they have yet to drop one. Field goal for the Huskies is good, and that's going to put up 4 scores on these Century Panthers. 9.5 minutes left in this second quarter. The Century Panthers are going to have to get a stop defensively and move something on offense to get some sort of momentum shift, even if it's just a small one. With this young Century team, any amount of momentum they can gain is a win for them. especially against this Owatonna Huskies team. Ball fielded, and he's going to be stopped by number 22, Cooper All. And the Century Panthers going to come out again on offense, seeing if they can get something going here.
First and 10, Century at the 53-yard line.
Century Panthers going three and out on their last couple of drives. Oh, and the snap is a little high. He falls on it. Century Panthers able to recover the fumble snap.
Loss of 13 for Century. Second down at 23.
Looks like they're having some trouble getting the play in there. Finally making their way to the line. Second and 23 for the Century Panthers. They're going to have to drop back and throw it out deep, and these receivers are going to have to catch. And he tries for the short slant. A little miscommunication there. Seemed like that pass was intended for number 20, Matthew Berg. Tried to hit him on a quick slant, and it just wasn't there. And that'll bring up another third down for the Century Panthers, a third and long. Man in motion for the Panthers. Another fumble snap, and he hands it off, and he's stopped in the backfield at the 5-yard line. That Owatonna Huskies defense is swarming. Big number 76, Max Flemke, first one in there on the tackle, and that Huskies defensive line just all swarming right after him. That's going to bring up fourth down and 23 for the Century Panthers, deep in their own territory. This Century line is going to need to block if they expect not to get another block punt this deep in their own territory. And he's able to get it off. Ball takes a bounce. Number 11, Luke Weber with the punt return.
Luke Weber with the return.
Century defense able to swarm and stop him at just about the 30-yard line. It gives Owatonna the ball in this Century territory with just 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in this half. Owatonna lining up in the gun. And they're going to hand this one off. Number 20, Tristan Graham, up the middle. Stopped by number 49, De'Aaron Davis, and number 14, Noah Kuntz in there on the tackle. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Huskies. Owatonna drops back the pass. And that's going to be another catch. Number 11, Luke Weber with the reception.
Luke Weber with the reception.
Another first down for the Huskies,
With the coverage.
moving the chains once again.
Owatonna.
Owatonna in the gun. Handoff to number 20, Tristan Graham. Powers his way up the middle.
T. Graham with the
Tackle
coverage.
number 23, Aiden Yochum.
Aiden Yoakum with the tackle. Second down and 7.
Second and 7 for the Huskies from the 15-yard line. Steamrolling their way down the field for another touchdown. Hand off to Tristan Graham. Breaks one tackle, but not able to break the second. That'll be number 46, Caden Krause on the tackle.
Caden Krause with the tackle.
And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Huskies. Century Panthers looking to get their first stop defensively of the game. If they could get a stop right here, that'll be a small victory for this young Century Panthers team. Huskies drop back to pass. He's got time. Launches it up in the corner. And just out of his fingertips. Pass intended to number 3, Nolan Ginsky. Not able to bring that one in. And I think that's the first drop ball from any of these Owatonna receivers.
With the coverage.
And that'll bring up a 4th down for these Huskies. Looks like they plan to go for it. And they will go for it in this 4th down situation. Huskies drop back with the pass. He's in trouble. Moves it out with his feet. Gets the ball up and it's dropped. It is dropped, and that'll be the first stop of the game for these Century Panthers, depending on what the call is. There is some laundry on the ground. Now let's see what these refs have to say. Holding on the Owatonna Huskies, they're going to decline that penalty, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Century with their first stop of the game, and I consider that a win for these Century Panthers. That should give them a little momentum and get this offense to get some juices flowing. And somebody has to spark and do something, because the Century Panthers are going to need to put some points on the board before this half is over. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Let's see what the Century Panthers offense can do. Century in formation. They're going to drop back to pass. Has plenty of time. Over the middle, and that's going to be tipped in an interception. Number 10, Blake Fisher with the interception off the tip pass. And man, this Owatonna secondary is giving up nothing. And I mean nothing.
Elliott was the tackler.
Tough run for the Century Panthers. Defense able to hold them off, but offense giving the ball right back up to this Owatonna Huskies offense. What can you do in a situation like this? Owatonna drops back with the pass, looks for the screen, it's not there, rolls out right, tries to chase it with his feet, throws it overhead, pass intended for another 2, Seth Johnson. Century defense able to apply some pressure in the backfield. Huskies Hunter Theus able to dodge the sack and get it out with his feet. The Century defense has been playing well for the circumstances that they're up against, but they're on the field quite too often. When the defense is on the field, this line, they're just getting worn down no matter how well they're doing and putting pressure on this quarterback. And they're off with the pass, number 11, Luke Weber, and he's going to electric slide his way into the end zone with the nice sidestep. Looks like this kid takes salsa dancing lessons. Did you see the moves that he just used? Sidestepping that Century defense. And that's going to be another touchdown for the Owatonna Huskies, putting them up 5 scores on these Century Panthers. Extra point is good, and that's going to be 35 Huskies, Century Panthers 0. The Century Panthers defense has not been playing too bad. They were able to get a stop on a possession, and their defensive line has been able to put some pressure on this Huskies quarterback. But the pressure is just not enough. They're going to have to get to him and get him to the ground, because if this Huskies quarterback gets the ball out of his hands, his receivers have shown that they've been able to make some big plays in the air. Now, if the Century Panthers offense can get more than 3 downs and get some momentum and move those chains and get a couple first downs and keep this defense off the field, maybe they'll be rested up enough to make a few more stops on this Owatonna Huskies offense. But until then, this offense is going to have to figure something out. And we're going to get back to the action off the kickoff return, and he's actually been able to move it downfield. What a return, number 4, Malachi Takamavang. With the kickoff return. Seemed like we had a Husky player down, but he's able to get up on his own and make his way to the sideline. Speaking with the Century Panthers earlier during our Midwest tailgate, they let me know that they were trying to figure out a way what game plan they were going to have against these Huskies. And he's told me that they were going to try to mix it up, put in some trick plays, and see if they could throw these Huskies off balance. And if they have those in their bag, they're going to need to pull them out soon. The Century Panthers are going to need every trick play they have in the bag to make a move against these Owatonna Huskies. Second and 10 for the Century Panthers. With the run, Maxwell Elliott able to get it up a good 5 yards.
Third down and 7 for Rochester Century.
Bring up a third down for the Century Panthers. Let's see if they can find a play to move the chains and get a first down. Having a little trouble moving the ball in the second half, and that's going to be a timeout called by the Century Panthers. Just 3 minutes left in this half, and the Century Panthers down 5 scores, unable to answer anything that these Owatonna Huskies are putting up against them. The Owatonna Huskies able to move the ball really well through the air. Their leading receiver, Nolan Ginsky, able to find his way to the end zone, as well as other receivers, number 11, Luke Weber, able to find his way into the end zone to put some points on his boards. Not able to, we haven't seen much of the Huskies run game. They have been able to move the ball somewhat, getting some 5-yard gains here and there, but they have really stuck to this pass game, and the Century Panthers haven't been able to find an answer to it yet. We're going to see if they can by the remaining minutes of this half. 3 minutes left, and we're going to get you back to the action. Quick pass for the Century Panthers. Number 2, Jackson Esau with the catch, and finally able to get a first down for the Century Panthers. A much needed third down conversion to move the chains. Century Panthers able to cross into the Owatonna Huskies territory. Rolled out for the pass. Launches across field and is caught. Number 2, Jackson Esau. What a play. And finally, these Century Panthers getting a little motion, a little pep in their step. Somebody sparked a fire in that huddle, and they're able to move the ball downfield. Within the 20-yard line, they're finally able to get into the red zone for the first time all game, and now let's see what they can do with it. Century lining up in the gun, receivers tight, man in motion. He's going to drop back with the quick out. Oh, and he stretches out and can't pull it in, but there is some laundry on the ground.
Flag on the field.
And it is a pass interference on the Huskies, and that's going to move this Century Panthers offense just a little bit closer to that end zone, and they need every inch they can get.
First and goal at the 7-yard line for the Panthers.
First and goal in the 7. Century drop back with the quick pass. He's trying to hit the corner, and he catches it. Number 8, Nathan Long with the reception. And there goes that Century Panther light show. Putting some points on the board and lighting it up. What a pass and catch. Pass from Kane Severson. Catch by number 8, Nathan Long, the 6'4" sophomore, able to put it in and put some points on the board for these Century Panthers. Be another timeout for the Century Panthers. little confusion there on the extra point on the play call, so they're going to take it to the sideline and get themselves together. And what a play by the Century Panthers. Quarterback Kane Severson to receiver number 8, Nathan Long, with the pass and catch, pulled it from the corner. With that long 6'4" reach, he was able to pull it down from over the cornerback, finally able to put some points on the board. And I bet you Owatonna's defensive coordinator's going to have a thing to say about that in the huddle. That's only the 3rd touchdown that this Owatonna Huskies defense has let up all season. So Century, that is a big win for them as being the underdog in this game, to able to score a touchdown to this dominating Owatonna Huskies team. The extra point is good. That's going to give the light show for the Century Panthers. And man, that is a momentum builder for these underdogs. It looks like David has a slingshot after all. Don't know if it's enough to completely bring down these Owatonna Huskies, but for this young Century team, unable to really move the ball well early in this season, to get a score against these Huskies, oh man, it's like they won the Super Bowl. And that's just what they needed. Getting some good stops on defense, offense able to move the ball and get a score in just before halftime. 1:45 left in this half. Let's see if the Century Panthers can keep this momentum up, put some more points on the board, and get some more stops against this Huskies offense, and they might be in a good position to make this a competitive game. And let's see what they could do as they get ready to kick it off. What a kick back to the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback, and that'll make this Owatonna Huskies offense start their drive at the 20-yard line. The Century defense able to make a couple big plays, get a big stop in this quarter and convert it into points. Let's see if the Century Panthers can get another stop on this Owatonna Huskies offense. They're going to need, these defensive backs are going to need to be really cognizant of this pass game, not letting these Owatonna receivers get behind them. And he's going to roll out, and that's going to be a pitch and catch from Hunter Theus to number 3, Nolan Ginsky. Ginsky with another reception. As I said before, these Century Panthers defensive backs are going to have to find a way to shut these receivers down, or at least slow them down a bit. Not letting them get the deep ball and catch it in front of them so they can at least make the tackle. If they get behind them, it's going to be a touchdown and it's over. Another catch, number 11, Luke Weber, pushed out of bounds at the 50. That'll be another first down for these Owatonna Huskies.
That's another Husky first down.
Huskies lining up in the gun. 3 receivers on the near side. He's going to drop back and pass and let it go. That's going to be a catch, number 2. Seth Johnson with the reception. Trying to break a couple tackles, unable to, and they're going to bring him down. But not before. Big game for these Owatonna Huskies. That's going to bring up 2nd and about 2 for the Huskies.
Excuse me, second down and 1.
They're going to hand this one off. Number 20, Tristan Graham.
Tristan Graham on the carry. Aiden Yolcomb with a tackle.
Huskies balancing this pass and run game well. You know they can move it in the air. That leaves the run game wide open as these defensive backs have to worry about these receivers getting behind them and getting deep passes. Drop back for the Huskies. He's going to move with his feet and launch it downfield. And it's short, not able to bring that one in. Pass attempted to number 3, Nolan Ginsky again. Ball was short. He had to come back to it, not able to come back far enough.
Nolan Ginsky.
And that's going to be a second down. It's about 38 seconds left in this first half. Century Panthers trying not to allow this Huskies offense back into the end zone before the end of this half. Huskies drop back. He's looking left, and it throws it deep again. It's going to be wide. Century Panthers defensive backs were there, did a good job in coverage. It's going to bring up a third down for the Huskies, and these Huskies aren't taking any mercy. They're not trying to hold the ball until the end of the half. They are taking long shots into this end zone, trying to put some points on the board before this half ends. Huskies drop back. He looks left, has to move around. Again, taken down by the senior, number 55, Sammy Adala, able to chase him down. There is some laundry on the field. Let's see what the referees have to say on this play. Refs still discussing, trying to figure out what's going on. Face mask on the offense.
Face mask gets Owatonna.
Penalty decline.
Penalty decline. 4th down.
Penalty decline, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Huskies. Bring up about 4th and 11 or 4th and 12 for the Huskies. Again, this Century defense holding up well. Drops back for the pass and overthrows them, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Huskies. Another stop for these Century Panthers. These Century Panthers defense is doing a really good job of holding this Owatonna Huskies offense at bay. And I say that because this Owatonna Huskies offense is a scoring machine nonetheless. They've been able to run up the score on every team that they played. And for this Century Panthers defense to stop them from getting in the end zone as many times as they have this game has been a win for these Century Panthers. For an outmatched team, these Century Panther defense is playing really well. Puts them back on offense with just under 20 seconds left in the half. They're probably going to take a shot downfield for this one. And they don't. They run it, hand it off the middle to number 26, Maxwell Elliott. And they seem to just want to run this clock out and keep the momentum of that defensive stop to lead them into the second half. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Owatonna Huskies up 35, Century Panthers 7. And it's been a pretty decent matchup during the second quarter. Owatonna Huskies came out and got an early lead, but these Century Panthers showing a light spark, hopefully to get a fire started. So let's see they can do in this second half. This is KTTC Game Day, hosted by Hiller Flooring America. I'm your host, Terry Raper, and we're going to bring you back to the action for this second half after this commercial break.